Howdy ho. So as you can see, the stream's slightly different now. I have quite a few things that have been changed. So I just want to preface this by saying not every Gamecube game will let me go into widescreen. Huh? Was my audio fine? Or is there an audio issue? Well, hold up. Oh, okay. I have some slight changes to stream. Because I have a background now. I have a starting soon and ending screen, which is nice. But I just want to say for Wii games, I do not have a way of forcing the aspect ratio to be 4:3. So if a GameCube game does not support widescreen, kind of shit out of luck for now, because I can't force it in OBS either. So hopefully it'll be fine. It's really going to be an issue for Mario Kart and Namco Museum, because those are not meant for widescreen and don't have widescreen modes. But I have SoulCalibur 2, F-Zero GX, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Namco Museum. Might not necessarily get to all 4 games, though. And I have to sit back a little bit to get this to work. So, starting with SoulCalibur 2. SoulCalibur 2 was the first fighting game I got into as a kid, and I adore this game. It is probably my favorite fighting game. So I'm going to let the intro play. And this is the GameCube version, so it has Link instead of Heihachi or Spawn. Let me know how audio is.
Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
And since Ocarina of Time was the most recent Zelda game, it uses that version of Link. Also, that red-haired girl, that is Amy. She wasn't playable until SoulCalibur 3. But she was actually introduced in this game's cutscene. And I believe Necrid was designed by Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. I don't like that you can see Taki's nipples. Stab child. No, Amy's fine. Don't bully Amy. I really want to know what happened to the rest of Nightmare's fingers on his right arm. It's such a cool intro. Very early 2000s.
SoulCalibur 2.
Most of the characters have a call out for the title screen. Voldo just hisses for his, and Link goes, "Seiya!" SoulCalibur 5 was the first one you played? I am so sorry. That's considered one of the worst ones. If you ask most people, prior to SoulCalibur 6, 2 or 3 would be their favorite. 6 is amazing, but 2 is my favorite. You hate every character. Well, that's unfortunate. So, I actually have everything unlocked. I have 100% of this version of the game. And you're going to be annoyed, Zurbal, because these 3 gray spots on the bottom are for Lizardman, Assassin, and Berserker. I can only play as them in Versus mode or Practice. I can't actually pick them for Arcade mode. And Lizardman in this is identical to how he was in SoulCalibur when he was still mostly a Sophidia clone. So I'm going to start with Link.
Versus Mitsurugi.
So, the way you play as Link is you fish for ring outs. That is the only correct way to play as him.
To his own ambition. Fine. I accept your challenge. Battle 1. Fight.
Not what I wanted.
Got you. Got you.
Oh, he's got a good sword. That's a problem. Alright.
Battle 2. Fight.
That's fine.
Ring out. You final battle. Fight. Ring out.
Yeah, some of the swords in this are busted.
Versus Shanghua. She's Battle 1. Fight. Ring out.
That works.
Battle 2. Fight. Ring out. You win. Versus Charade.
That could be a problem. Oh, that is actually a problem. That's one of Talam's best weapons.
Fight.
I need to end this quick. There we go.
You win.
By the way, Link's voice actor
Fight.
actually voices Siegfried in SoulCalibur 1. Uh-oh. Oh! Okay. That is unblockable.
You lose.
Because Link's voice actor does actually do real voice acting. I don't know if they replaced him for Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, but I know he was replaced by Skyward Sword.
Versus Talim. To appease.
Wind, guide me.
And of course she has the double crescent blade. So this is actually how you play Link. He has the easiest ring out throws in the game. Okay.
Final battle. Fight.
Don't do it again, please.
Strike.
Alright. I'm only doing this just to show this. I'm not going to be playing this Link for all of this. I main Mitsurugi, Nightmare, and
Yoshimitsu.
I forget who the third one is. Technically Assassin, but I can't actually play as them for arcade mode. I have to be playing with someone. Two Links fighting each other is just who can get ring outs faster. Alright, Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshimitsu's a little weird. But now he's dead.
Versus Necrid. Will this victim of the
Necrid is widely regarded as one of the worst SoulCalibur characters.
Battle 1. Fight.
I actually like Necrid. He's interesting.
Win. Battle 2.
He does look a little out of place, though.
Versus Raphael.
If you look carefully, you can see Link hopping on nothing in the background for one part of that. Because his collision is misplaced. Or rather, his model is.
Battle 1. Fight. Thrust. Sad. Slow. Knockout.
Alright, buddy.
You battle 2. Fight.
That's not quite what I wanted. There we go. SoulCalibur 5 sucks for a lot of reasons. I've never actually played it, I've just heard it is really bad. Not the throw I wanted.
Versus Inferno. The seal was broken, and a new era of terror has...
This can suck.
Final battle. Fight.
Gameplay and character creation are fine to be honest, but characters suck ass, and the story mode is boring, dumb shit told through slideshows, and all the characters again suck ass. Especially the jackasses you have to use. Yeah, SoulCalibur's story is really terrible, and it's consistently been bad throughout every game. I completely skipped all the story stuff in SoulCalibur 6. I just did the story mode and skipped all the cutscenes. But the problem with SoulCalibur 5 is they actually killed off, or at least removed, a lot of characters and replaced them with their children or disciples. So Phidia and Cassandra are replaced by their children. Keelik became the new Edgemaster, even though Edgemaster is in the game. And Keelik's students essentially took Keelik's place, and Taki is literally dead and replaced by her student. I think Shanghua is also replaced by her daughter. Also, this is going to take a few attempts. I actually am not that good with Link, funnily enough.
Final battle. Fight.
This got a lot harder. Yeah, for extra arcade, Inferno uses the Soul Edge version of the weapons sometimes, but he also can get just about any weapon, including legendary weapons and weapons that can actually absorb health, among other things. Yeah, it can be pretty hard. There we go. Stop. Hammer time. I seem to remember SoulCalibur 5 had an Assassin's Creed character as a guest. I think it was Altair. Oh, it was Ezio. Okay. Back when Assassin's Creed was actually a new and cool thing rather than an annual release. Oh yeah, Link's ending is... Link came to this world to seal away the evil. He did that and then left. Link's reason for being in SoulCalibur is at the end of Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf was defeated, but it turned out Ganondorf was actually being controlled by Soul Edge in this world, so he came here to seal away Soul Edge in order to prevent Ganondorf from coming back or something. There were 4 by that point? Jesus. Well, I remember in high school, someone sent me an image that was criticizing Nintendo by saying that there have been, like, so many Mario games. I think it was like 30 or 40 by that point. And I pointed out that, yeah, but if you compare it to Assassin's Creed, there's been 30 or so Mario games over the course of over 30 years. Most of them aren't even mainline games. Whereas there's been several Assassin's Creed games once a year. I actually don't think there was even 30 Mario games by that point. I think they were bordering on it. But there's been an Assassin's Creed game every single year since the first one came out, and a lot of them aren't even good. And that's not counting spin-offs, which sometimes came out the same year as the mainline game. Whereas Mario, if there is a Mario game coming out, it's once a year, and it's usually different from the previous games. But like at this point, Assassin's Creed is just the, it's coming out. I like how you had to look it up to confirm. I really wish I could actually play as Assassin or Lizardman or Berserker. I can only do it in Versus or Practice. I can't actually do it in Arcade mode, which is really annoying.
Versus Raphael. Don't battle one. Fight.
I've played 3 and 4, and not for very long. I like Assassin's Creed 4. It's one of the best pirate games ever made. Like, unironically.
Fight.
Yeah, I probably won't play the Assassin's Creed games again, given that Ubisoft is what it is. Also, how is the image quality for the game capture? When I originally was testing it, it didn't look all that great.
Battle one. Fight. Got you.
It looks fine. Perfect. Yeah, I was hoping by going with this new layout that would actually mitigate some of the quality issues. Because I'm using an AV to HDMI converter, and it looks fine, but obviously this image quality was not really what this was intended for. So there's some blemishes that are very easily noticeable, especially when you're as close to the screen as I am right now. And I have it set to 1080p. It looks worse at 720p. Normally, I'd be playing this on a Gamecube connected to a CRT TV.
Versus Cervantes. He lusts for the power.
Fine. I accept your challenge.
Do not defy me. Battle one. Fight.
I am a Mitsurugi main in this, so.
Two. Fight.
If I say that, now I'm getting fucked up. I'm dead. I'm alive. No more.
Final battle. Fight.
Just as I thought.
Versus Talim.
What weapon does she have?
Freely.
It's too late to beg for mercy.
Don't worry, Talim. Believe in yourself.
Okay, that might not be a problem.
Fight. 2, fight.
Strike!
In SoulCalibur 6, you can actually disable ring outs.
Versus Charade.
Try me.
Battle 1, fight.
It'd be really bad if she got Ivy for the next round, or he, it.
Battle 2, fight.
Oh, that's actually just as bad. My only way to deal with Voldo is to make sure he doesn't get a hit in.
Battle, fight.
Ooh, Astaroth. Okay. Oh, God. Get out. Dennis thinks Voldo is hot. I need to remind everyone, Voldo is dead. He's a zombie. Essentially.
Versus Berserker.
Uh-oh.
Entrust your noble soul
Uh-oh.
in your sword.
Swords are not.
Berserker might be a problem. Berserker is actually Rock's moveset from SoulCalibur. They didn't bring back Kwong, Rock, or Lizardman. Lizardman came back anyways, though. But it's not the Lizardman, it's a Lizardman. Rock was replaced by Astaroth, and in the console versions, Rock's moveset was given to Berserker. Kwong was replaced by Yun Sung, and his moveset was given to Assassin. In SoulCalibur 3, Rock and Lizardman returned as playable characters and would stay returning for the foreseeable future of the series. Kwong came back as a guest character, but wouldn't come back again until SoulCalibur 6. And SoulCalibur 6 is the first game since SoulCalibur 2 to not include Yun Sung as a playable character. I love this interaction here.
You again? I've had enough of you.
Haven't you had enough?
Like, the dialogue in this game isn't amazing, but there is something... No, SoulCalibur... Oh, wait, you're right. SoulCalibur 6 doesn't have Rock or Lizardman. Well, Lizardman is in the game, he's just not playable. His moveset's in the game. Like, an actual Lizardman moveset is in the game, but he's only... You only see him in story mode. You can't actually use his moveset. It's so stupid. But I love this interaction because Mitsurugi says, "I've had enough of you," and Taki says, "Haven't you had enough?" And, like, bitch, he literally just said that. So I don't know if something was lost in translation or what, but this interaction keeps me up at night. I have been thinking about it for years. Wait, they gave him Kratos' moveset? That's weird. Kratos in Broken Destiny was actually pretty busted. Also, within the past, like, month, SoulCalibur 2 HD Online on Xbox and PS3 was actually pulled. You can't get it anymore.
You win. No one will take Soul Edge from me.
So, if you wanted to get SoulCalibur 2 on a semi-recent console, you're shit out of luck now because you can't get it anymore. I still have it on PS3, and I never actually finished unlocking everything. So, I'll probably do one more run of arcade mode after this, and then I'll swap games. Mitsurugi's ending is amazing, and I'll just let it play out before I say anything. Yeah, isn't digital ownership amazing, Val? If you don't buy the game, you don't get the game. It's so great. Oh, he's Mitsurugi too. I mean, I have a lot of digital games on Switch. I refuse to disclose how many I have. But, oh yeah, that's true, because some of them required, online for no reason. Or in the case of Konami's PT, they just decide you can't play it anymore. It's great. So this is Mitsurugi's ending.
This isn't what I've been searching for.
After countless battles and deadly duels, Mitsurugi finally possessed Soul Edge, the ultimate sword. But he soon realized that the weapon was inherently evil. Surely this can't be the sword I've been seeking. Mitsurugi shattered the demonic blade to pieces. Without a moment's rest, Mitsurugi embarked on another journey to find the true Soul Edge. So, to be clear, that is the true Soul Edge. Mitsurugi just fucking shattered it because he decided it wasn't what he was looking for. Yeah, I mean, Val, if something has a big eye on it and is made of flesh, I'm not going to assume good things about it. But this is something worth noting. In the lore, the only sword that can break Soul Edge is SoulCalibur. However, Xianghua, Keelek, Mitsurugi, and Sophidia have all broken Soul Edge without SoulCalibur in their possession. Because the true wielder of SoulCalibur is Siegfried, and Siegfried is missing in action in SoulCalibur 2 because he's still taken over by Nightmare. Though I think canonically in SoulCalibur 2, Xianghua currently wields SoulCalibur. The thing is, she doesn't break Soul Edge in her ending in this. She does it in a different game when she didn't possess SoulCalibur. So, I'm gonna do one more run. I'm gonna take a gamble and do a charade run.
Versus Mitsurugi.
So I have no idea what weapon or what style I'm going to get, so this is a significant gamble.
To his own ambition.
Well, I mean, SoulCalibur's story is so inconsistent. Also, I'm maxi, so I'm just gonna mash buttons. Oh, I have a good weapon, too. The way you win as maxi is you just press buttons. I am Sophitia now. Oh no. Oh yeah, Maxi mains are the worst to go up against. Because the only way to beat Maxi is to prevent him from doing anything. Because once he starts chaining the combo, it's really hard to break out of it. Okay, tell him. Oh, I've got the training weights.
I'm through with words.
Battle 1.
I think that's a joke weapon. Yep. At one point, I actually mained Talon. Talon's pretty good. I should relearn her.
You win. Battle 2.
Ah, Cassandra. Here we go. I actually am competent as most of SoulCalibur 2's cast. And I am Nightmare now.
Fight.
This is actually the only game where I main Nightmare as well. I main almost everyone. Actually, I love SoulCalibur 2. Oh god, I'm Taki. Taki is one of the characters I don't know. I don't know Taki, I don't know Ivy, and I'm not very good as Youngina. I can actually play just about everyone else. Except for maybe Necrod. Tekken 8 confirmed. Is that a joke, or did it actually get confirmed?
Versus Astaroth.
Oh, Yunsung with his legendary weapon. Okay.
Battle 1. Fight.
Oh yeah, Yunsung's legendary weapon is ridiculously long, and it's invisible. And Astaroth has his joke weapon. I have links disabled in chat to prevent people from spamming links.
Battle 2. Fight.
He would announce Tekken 8 like that. I'm actually surprised we're getting Tekken 8 already.
His soul. Battle
I am now
1.
Shanghua.
Fight.
And I'm Nightmare again. God, it was only 2017? It feels like it was earlier than that.
Versus Lizard Man.
Oh, hey. And I'm Cervantes.
Battle 1. Fight. Knockout.
Yeah, and I seem to remember they cut Roger Jr. because of animal rights concerns, but then they left in Kuma and Panda. And my weapon is actively damaging me.
You lose. 9. Battle 1. Fight.
Yeah, maybe it was a joke. This is Harada we're talking about.
Ring out.
Shit.
You lose.
You know what? That is fair, Val.
Final battle. Fight.
Hey, listen, man was actually giving me some trouble there.
You win. Versus
Bring back
Cassandra.
Alex. In Tekken.
What? What are you?
Battle 1. Fight.
Yeah! Watch out! Ah! Ha! Watch out! Yeah! Ta! Ta! Yeah!
It ended right when I fucking smacked it in.
Battle 2. Fight.
Here I come! Okay! Yeah! Hey! Hey! Yeah! Watch out!
You win. Versus Inferno.
Also, for Tekken 8, they need to bring back Mokujin. I was really annoyed that Mokujin and Charade were not playable. Or Charade, or Edgemaster, I guess. Weren't playable in Tekken 7 and SoulCalibur 6.
Final battle. Fight.
Like, I guess loading times were a concern, but Mokujin was in Tekken Tag Tournament too. And that has even more characters. Oh yeah, since this is only technically one round, whatever you get as Charade is you're stuck with until the fight is over. Alright, that is enough of SoulCalibur. Let the ending play out, and I'm going to swap categories. I'm going to do Namco Museum next. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Namco Museum 50th Anniversary category. This is not Namco Museum 50th anniversary, but the regular version is not available as a category. I can't just pick Namco Museum. Seems like Twitch's database isn't complete. Accessing, saving. Yeah, I mean, it's the closest option I have. Funnily enough, though, I actually did just order Namco Museum 50th Anniversary for Gamecube. Should be here Tuesday. When I'm able to, I will definitely stream that. Excuse me. This is the olden days where you had to manually swap games. That is a good question, actually. But I don't... No, the PS2 did have an Unreal game. It had Unreal Tournament. So, when Namco Museum 50th Anniversary gets here, I may stream it as a bonus game for a future stream. But I'm not doing it for a Retro Night because I've already got 2 Retro Nights planned. And I'd rather do those first. Because I'll say it right now. This coming week's Retro Night will be Castlevania themed. I'll be playing at the very least Castlevania Bloodlines all the way through. And the week after that, I'm going to be playing Pajama Sam 2 and Spy Fox as a humongous entertainment night. But even when Namco Museum 50th Anniversary gets here, I'm still keeping this Namco Museum because this has Galaga Arrangement and Dig Dug Arrangement, which are not in other collections. I have no other way of playing these 2 games. And I am not going to buy a collection for 1 or 2 games, but if I had a collection, I will keep it for those games. Also, 50th Anniversary actually emulates the arcade games rather than just porting them. PS2 had 1, Xbox had 3. What was the third one? Oh, Unreal 2. Or Unreal... Yeah, wait, didn't the Xbox have a version of Unreal 2? I'm just going to do these in order that they're listed. I am skipping Pack Attack, though, because I hate that game. Also, I apologize if the games look a little funky. They are actually supposed to look like this. I can change the scaling. It looks bad, you know what you want to do. Yawn. And again, these are ports, not emulated. I do have a Midway collection for Xbox. I was actually going to get the other volume of it because I only have the second volume. But I currently do not have a way of streaming from the Xbox because that thing is a monster and there is not enough room on this. Whoops, not enough room on this desk for me to put it. Otherwise, I would stream from it. I'm serious, the original Xbox takes up a lot of space. I actually think it takes up more space than the Series X. Because the Series X is at least tall. The original Xbox is a large boy. It is wide, and it is heavy. I like the OG Xbox, though. It's a nice little console. Yeah, it is a very big console. When I got it for the first time, I didn't actually realize how massive it was. Val, do you have a slim or a fat PS2? I'm dead. Alright. I have both. We originally had the fat PS2 set up in the game room, but the disc tray started... Hold on. Yawns. Why did that fuck up my eyes? What the hell was that? We had the fat PS2 set up in the game room, but the disc tray started closing on its own whenever we opened it, so we had to be very quick about getting games in the console. So we bought a slim PS2, which ended up having laser issues, so a childhood friend gave me one of his spare PS2s, which is now what's currently set up in the game room, and then the fat PS2 fixed itself. So the fat one is just sitting on a shelf. If I can get the cables I need, I have been given the green light to borrow that for streaming, which means I'll be able to stream PS1 and PS2 games once I'm able to get that set up and get all the cables I need. Which means for October, I could actually do a Silent Hill marathon. Because I have the first 4 Silent Hill games, and I never finished the 4th one. I would not mind streaming that as my means of playing through it. Yeah, that's the one issue, is cable length. That's something I'll have to figure out once I actually have the cables I need and whatnot. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. This is Pac-Man Arrangement. This is actually recently included in Pac-Man Museum. I actually have beaten this game before. Yeah, people were upset that Pac-Man Museum Plus uses the Japanese ROM for arrangement, so they didn't get to see Kinky again. I don't think they really knew what Kinky meant. I think they just... most people at the time were just too innocent to really understand. I didn't mean to go up. Well, Kinky actually alters the effects of the other ghosts, so you're not actually that far off. Whoops. Huh. After stream, I'm probably going to have another taco. I've been having the ghost pepper salsa with the tacos. God damn it. I'm gonna keep going. All the other ingredients I use with the tacos actually mute the heat of the ghost pepper salsa, so I actually get to taste it for what it is. It's pretty good. Yeah, I actually had a Namco Museum on GBA as well. I sold it, and I kind of wish I didn't, because I am slightly nostalgic for the GBA version, because it was partially what introduced me to Namco games. But I don't really see a point to get it again, because I have other ways of playing these games. I have the first and third volumes of the PS1 Namco Museum, which is widely considered the best of the Namco Museum games. And I mean, it's the only one that actually has the museum. Well, I'm sure we all have video game regrets. Whoops. Alrighty then. Oh, that was just me being stupid, I guess. Yep. That's unfortunate. On to the next game, which I believe is Galaga, which is actually my favorite arcade game of all time. Like, it's a simple game, but that's what really matters sometimes. It's just something that's simple. Also, yes, this is squished. No, there's nothing I can do about it, because my only options actually make it worse. This game doesn't have really great screen options, and even on a CRT screen, it still looks bad. this stuff is pixelated to all hell. The PS1 Namco Museum didn't have this issue. Also, it is cut off at the bottom. Whoops. Well, wasn't one of the complaints of the original Doom that you couldn't talk to the demons? Wasn't that an actual criticism of the original game? Because I think you showed me that years ago. Yeah, I think it was from Edge magazine. And that is a very Edge magazine thing to do, because from what I remember, Edge magazine has a tendency to give lower reviews than other than other magazines. Yeah, Edge magazine and the new Edge website are not one of my favorite gaming sites. They kind of act like corporate shills a lot of the time, and I really don't like review sites that do that. Well, I didn't mean to move right there. It'll be a moment before I can read that. I'm trying not to pause too much. Yeah, that review, weirdly enough, sounds like a modern complaint for a first-person shooter. Which just goes to show that we really have not progressed as a species at all. We're just doing the same shit that we've always done. I mean, we have progressed a little bit, but overall, we're just the same humans we've been since the dawn of time. I mean, in some ancient Greek and Roman sites, there was actually ancient graffiti that was found that, when translated, says stuff like, find so-and-so for a good time, or your mother is a whore. And there were some runes that were inscribed on some rock formation very high up. Somewhere in Europe. I don't remember what country. And those runes were worshipped for years. And when they finally translated the runes said, "This is very high." But probably the best example of humans not changing, Cerberus, when translated to English, means spotted one, which means Hades literally named his guard dog Spot. Ironically, in the Doom novels, the protagonist does actually end up recruiting demons to fight alongside him in a simulated version of the events of the first game, which he lived in an earlier book. Interesting. I actually didn't know they were... God damn it. I didn't know they were Doom novels. Are they worth reading? Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to do that. Because I know the comic isn't really worth reading outside of the hilarious character personality. Alright. Galaga Arrangement. Now, to be clear, these arrangements are real arcade games. Honestly, I'm not really only familiar with the first one, which is a direct adaptation of Doom 1. The second novel is a looser adaptation of Doom 2, but we didn't have that one for some reason. Then 3 and 4 go super hard into space opera territory, and I found them dull, but it's been a very, very long time. Alright. I mean, they might be fun to just read as a laugh, I guess. I can't imagine they're all that good. But I've never really read novelizations of other media. I know novelizations of films were a popular thing at one point. Damn, less than 200 pages? I can read that in a day. Shid. That is very disorienting. This is pretty funky here. And that was my last ship, so that's a game over. I'm just gonna let that go down. Whoops. Alright. I selected the wrong things. There we go. Alright. So, for the remainder of the Namco Museum section of this stream, we're doing Dig Dug Arrangements, Pole Position 1 and 2, Miss Pac-Man, Galaxian, not Pack Attack, and Pac-Mania. So, yeah, Dig Dug is next. Dig Dug is one of my favorite arcade games. I love this game. I think Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures for the Sega Genesis sucks. User was banned for this post. Val, look away. Never mind. Fetish game? Oh. Why must you say these things? One of the worst episodes of Death Battle's first season was Dig Dug versus Bomberman. It's a really bad episode. Say what you want about Death Battle, they did get better. Their first season is fucking terrible, though. It's crazy, I'm insane, I'm the Joker, baby. Yeah, sure. It's not who I wanted to kill. Alright, that kills you. Whoops. Yep, we're doing GameCube retro games tonight. See, you can also just do this if you really want to be cruel. Like, it's such a terrible and mean thing to do. Yeah, every Sunday is either going to be retro games or a roguelike. It's highlighting different games from my collection. That was close. I only have Time Soldier 2 on Xbox. I can't stream it yet. I don't have a good way of streaming Xbox games. What? Oh, that... Okay. That's a game over. I love old Namco games. Yeah, this is not 50th anniversary collection. I need to make that clear. I couldn't actually get this category, the correct category, to show up on Twitch because I guess they don't have it. So this is actually the regular GameCube Namco Museum, not 50th anniversary collection. Now, I don't even own that game. I only own 2 Call of Duty games, World at War on 360 and Modern Warfare Remastered on PS4. I don't play Call of Duty. I beat this as a kid. Is there something wrong with Call of Duty Finest Hour? I don't play COD. Like, I know literally nothing about old COD games. Is Finest Hour bad? Yeah, the arrangement games don't get much attention. There was a Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig Dug arrangement. This is... Oh, wait. 50th anniversary does not include the arrangement, so if you want to play these officially, your only option is the regular Namco Museum on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, or Pac-Man Museum Plus on current consoles for Pac-Man arrangement. There's no other way to play Dig Dug and Galaga arrangement, outside of emulating with MAME. I was not looking at the game. Oh, Finest Hour is buggy. Whoops. I didn't mean to turn right there. I got squunched. Well, that's the end of that. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I'm not really a COD player, so I don't know much about the COD series. I kind of got fucked there. That's not very useful power up. Is that a gun? I have a gun. Oh yeah, these rocks are positioned under something that cannot be broken. Ratata. You know, my Ratata is in the top percentile of Ratata. I went the wrong way. Alright, I don't want to be stuck playing this for too long, so I'm gonna let that go. I might actually get to all 4 games after all, because I don't know how long I'll be playing F-Zero for. Zero F's given. Do you think you're clever? Yeah, flashing lights warning for some of these. Probably should have said that. The community center that I had swimming lessons at when I was a kid had a pole position cabinet at one point, and I loved playing that. I am not particularly good at pole position. I also have the wrong speed set. So, this is what early racing games looked like, if you had never seen an early racing game before. For its time, this was fairly advanced. This is all actually 2D. There is nothing 3D here. It's just tricks. It's really cool how they got it to work. Hooray, number 16. And that's pole position, basically. It's, not really all that interesting. There was a commercial for pole position? I've never seen any commercials for pole position. I'll have to look that up later. Well, pole position 2 is the better game, anyways. So yeah, flashing lights warning. I just want to apologize. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. Ugh, an Atari 2600 version of pole position does not sound good. I have the Atari 7800 version of pole position. Maybe pole position 2. I have to actually use the shitty 7800 controller to play it though, because I need 2 buttons. I normally use a Genesis controller for Atari games, because it's the same plug. Yeah, it's pretty good. I just don't like that I'm forced to use the stupid 7800 controller, because it's a really terrible controller. I should see if I could, yeah, this is going to be happening a lot. I keep looking at chat, and the controls here are very slippery. I need to see if I can order a European 7800 controller, because that one at least has a fucking D-pad instead of the joystick. I'm assuming I'm not qualifying. Nope, number 81. Alright, well, that's the end of that. Not too good at pole position. Oh, hey, look, it's Pac-Man. My 7800 is still functional. I also have a ColecoVision. Alright, well, that was a bit of a waste. I am by no means an expert at the Pac-Man games. I am decent at Pac-Man Arrangement. Pac-Man Arrangement is also easy as hell. I would like the cherry, please. Never mind, I'm not going for it anymore. Or not. I guess I'll get it. Shit. Hold on. I'm gonna do something real quick. I still had it set to 5 lives because that was when I was trying to unlock Pac-Mania. Whoops. Yeah, rip Miss Pac-Man. Fuck at games. All my homies hate at games. Can I get a fuck you at games in chat? They're the reason we don't have Miss Pac-Man anymore. You don't actually have to say it if you don't want to, but... every Namco fan despises at games because of what they did. Simkey, I have the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man. I also have the 2600 version of Miss Pac-Man. So, yes, I have played it. It hurts my eyes. Sorry, your name's a little hard to read. Snap, are you sure you're thinking of Pac-Man and not E.T.? Because I thought that was the case for E.T., not Pac-Man. I mean, it might have been both. Given Atari at the time, I would not be surprised if it was both, but I thought it was for E.T. They were kind of gambling on people buying systems for the games, and then the games ended up being good. Oh yeah, well, I mean, Pac-Man on the Atari was actually a bestseller when it came out, despite the fact that it was bad. I'm dead. But Miss Pac-Man on the 2600 is actually really good for a 2600 game. The flickering isn't nearly as bad, and it actually is mostly playable. Also, I like that sprite of Miss Pac-Man in the bottom right. It's really cute. Yeah, the mazes for Miss Pac-Man change. Well, okay, that's kind of on me, I guess. Yep. I have always preferred Miss Pac-Man over Pac-Man. My favorite of the arcade Pac-Mans now is Pac-Man Arrangement. But when I was a kid, I always preferred Miss Pac-Man, and it wasn't in a lot of the collections because of the licensing issues, because they had to pay money every time they used it. So they kind of used Miss Pac-Man a little sparingly. And now they can't use her at all because of At Games. Because At Games is trying to steal Miss Pac-Man from Namco. And the shitty thing is, they can't even use Miss Pac-Man without permission from Namco because it relies on Pac-Man. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot and have a character they can't even use. Even though they're trying to steal the character. It's so stupid. Yeah, like... Whoops. Alright, well that's the end of that. Yeah, at games is what I think some people would refer to as a copyright troll, where they buy the rights to something purely to stop others from using it, and then sue everyone who does anything remotely similar. Copyright trolls suck, and that shit should be banned. Do you know why SoulCalibur got changed from Soul Blade to SoulCalibur? It's because some dick shitter in the UK claimed he owns the rights to the name Soul Blade and sues anyone who uses a name that's similar to that. So Namco had to change the name of the series because they can't actually call it Soul Blade anymore because of that dick shitter. He's still alive too, and he's still doing it. I think he's an author. And as is usually the case with copyright trolls, I don't think he actually coined the term Soul Blade. Yeah, I'll try to dig up more details on that because I forget his name and I forget the specifics. Whoops. I just know that that is the reason why SoulCalibur is called what it is instead of Soul Blade. If I could stop missing, that would be nice. Sherlock Holmes has a bit of a licensing issue because of a copyright troll. There is a woman who claims to be related to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It is dubious whether she actually is related to him, but she controls the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle estate, and she claims that she owns the rights to Sherlock Holmes, who is supposed to be in the public domain. However, due to a quirk in the lawsuit where she won the rights to Sherlock Holmes, she only owns the rights to Sherlock Holmes when he shows emotion. Which is why you never get to see Sherlock do much in the way of emotions in any media he's in, because they can't actually use that. The only way... Did the Galaxian just fuck off? The only way you can use Sherlock Holmes without getting permission is to make sure he's an emotionless twat. Because that's all that's in the public domain. Well, she might not be the daughter of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, but she claims to be a distant relative of him. His last surviving relative. Yeah, it's weird because it's actually unclear if she's even related to him in the first place. But she essentially owns the quote-unquote estate. So everything about Sherlock Holmes has to go through her. It's really fucking weird. So, how many of you guys have seen this game before? How many of you guys even knew Pac-Mania was a thing? Because I'm betting a lot of you didn't know this was a game. This is one of the slower Pac-Man games. Also, there's a lot of ghosts in this. Well, Simki, out of all the people here, I would expect you to know this one. You actually own more games than me, I think. And I own a lot of games. Oh, this is being rendered really weirdly. I do not like this rendering. Is this actually 3D? Wait a minute. Oh shit, here comes Pac-Man. Oh god, my girlfriend told me about that. Val, there are other block companies out there. Lego doesn't actually own the rights to brick building stuff. In fact, they don't want you to call these blocks Legos, because if you call them Legos, that means they would lose the license. Or rights to the name. Because they want you to call them Lego bricks, because that's what they actually are. Yeah, I played this in Pac-Man Museum Plus. God damn it. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to survive much longer because I actually want to move on to a different game. I just wanted to showcase this. And I do not like Pack Attack. Pack Attack is a puzzle game. It's also a very boring puzzle game. The music is kind of jamming, though. When I'm able to stream PS1 games, by the way, I will definitely be doing a Namco Museum stream again. Because I have volumes 1 and 3 of Namco Museum on PS1. And I adore those games. Something about Namco Museum on PS1 is just very calming to me. Especially the soundtrack. Yeah, when I'm able to get the PS2 set up, I can easily find a solution for PS2 and N64. I'm going to have a little bit of an issue for most of the other consoles. But the majority of my physical game collection is actually spread across N64, Gamecube, and PS1 and PS2. SimKey, that's easier than finding the US versions. Also, of course you know about Encore. I would expect nothing less from you. A lot of people don't actually know there was an Encore. Because there are 6 volumes of Namco Museum on PS1, but the US didn't get the 6th volume, which was Namco Museum Encore. They pulled the Namco Museum games from the PSN, by the way. I was gonna buy them for PS3, and they fucking pulled them. Because they're trying to push people to the new PS Plus service. I was so fucking mad. They pulled so many PS1 and PS2 games. Because it's too expensive to track down volumes 2, 4, and 5 outside of Japan. Oh, there is one with a leather case? Is that like a box set for the whole thing? Yeah. Well, I mean, new PS Plus isn't that bad. I mean, aren't you happy that last week we got a whopping 1 PSP game added? Isn't it amazing to pay $110 for 1 extra PSP game a month? If that. It's so nice because, I mean, I could just go to the PS3, PSN, and buy PSP games. Oh, wait, I can't anymore. God, so I have been so fucking angry with Sony lately, to the point that it has killed whatever remaining... God damn it. It has killed whatever remaining enthusiasm I had for God of War Ragnarok and other Sony games. Like, I can't bring myself to care anymore. That's how mad I am with Sony. They've done a lot of shit, but killing off Japan's studio was really what did it in for me. I don't think I'll ever get over that. And it sucks, because I liked Sony's games. And if you'll bear with me a moment, I'm going to swap categories. I'm going to do F-Zero next, and do Mario Kart Double Dash last. Oh, you can actually use a category for GP Legend. That game didn't even get a English release. Alright. By the way, after Klonoa, my next big game to stream is actually going to be making use of the Wii. Because I'll be streaming Twilight Princess. That won't be until next week, though, because this week is kind of stacked. I posted my schedule earlier this morning. I'll be doing Klonoa tomorrow. On Wednesday, I'll be doing Elekhead, and Friday, I'll be doing Cult of the Lamb, which comes out Thursday, I believe. I will have a look at that real quick. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I would... Oh my god, I would kill to have that. I'm literally tearing up. That would be so amazing to have. God, I love early Namco arcade games. It was a huge part of my childhood because I had so many versions. Let me turn widescreen back on. Okay, so we have two options here. I'm currently trying to make through the expert modes, or cups. I am not doing too well in expert. So it is up to you guys if you want to watch me struggle with expert or actually go through the cups on the easier difficulties. Yeah, 150 for all that, that's actually a steal, all things considered. I'm going to do one round of expert Sapphire Cup, and then we can decide from there basically on going. Because I have not unlocked everything in this yet. This game is hard. I'm also going to turn down the volume a little bit. There we go. Struggle with expert. Alright, Zeno. Little shit. Oh, got my color. Also, of course, I'm picking the buff girl. I like how Simki didn't want me to suffer, and then there's my brother just wanting to watch me suffer. Well, see, that's the thing, Simki. If I can actually beat the expert cups, that actually puts me closer to where I want to be in the game. Does this game have ridiculous endings? I actually don't know. You'd have to ask Dennis, because he's played more of this than I have. He's actually the reason I own this game. He gave it to me as a birthday present. Oh yeah, flashing lights warning for this. The camera angles for some of the tracks are not going to be great, and there's not much I can do about it. I don't know what just happened. Also, I will not be able to look at chat while I'm actively racing, so I apologize if I'm not super talkative. Oh, this is not a sign of good things to come. Bitrate, more like shit rate. Yeah, I hope the bitrate is good enough. I see things going up on my bitrate counter, though. Well, Mario Kart fucking murders the bitrate. Oh, this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's actually a stage in Smash Ultimate that's banned from tournaments because it fucking murders the bitrate. Fountain of Dreams. You can't play that at tournaments if it's being streamed, even though it's a favorite course of competitive players. Have I played F-Zero 64 Trackmaker? No, I have not. That's from the 64 DD version of the game. And I've never played that. I think I have a ROM for it, but I've never used it. I believe it's actually the tool that was used by the developers to make the tracks, which is pretty cool. And I'm kind of disappointed that the Japanese version of F-Zero in the yawn. I'm kind of disappointed that the Japanese version of F-Zero X in the Japanese N64 app on Switch does not have the fucking 64 DD stuff. Because there's also an extra version of Captain Falcon's Craft, and I think Type 2 is the other characters. But if you use a Game Shark, you actually can get the extra version of Captain Falcon's vehicle in the US version. Oh, yeah, one of the songs in F-Zero GX's soundtrack is actually called Shotgun Kiss, and the fact that they got away with that name is bizarre. Because a shotgun kiss is a shotgun suicide. That's where you put the gun up to your mouth. And that song, he made it into Smash with the original name. This is better. Green Plant Mobius Ring. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can set up my N64 emulator for 64 DD stuff. Sorry for being quiet, guys. I'm trying to focus. This is not really a great game for interacting with chat. Fuck out. Oops. Rubber band AI. I probably should not have done that. Oh! If I touch anything, I'm dead. Fucking rubber band AI. Yeah, that is too bad. I'm actually surprised they did that for Mario 3. I bought that on Wii U just to have it so I could actually play the e-reader levels. Because I think they actually activated the e-reader levels that weren't even released anywhere. I've dropped 2 places, but I might still win. Port Town Long Pipe. Yeah, I remember commercials for the e-reader. I've posted them in some servers before. I don't think I posted them in Cat's server, simply. But the fucking e-reader commercial, the Playmation one where Donkey Kong Jr. gets crushed, I think about that commercial a lot. I actually remember seeing that when it originally aired. That one and the commercial for Pokemon with the school bus full of Pokemon getting crushed. I remember both of those. I also remember the Super Mario 64 Got Milk commercial. What just happened? Oh my god. Oh, I'm good. It's fine. Everything's okay. No reason to panic. I do not like the tube tracks all that much. At least you're in the tube and not on it. I will take that. Oh, I cannot see. Ow. Oh, God. Fuck. I shouldn't have done that. I cannot see. Oh! 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 Ow! You have to get an e-reader just because it has one of the most useless parts of Kirby history on it. I actually don't know what you're referring to. I don't think I own any e-readers. Or any e-reader cards. I definitely don't own an e-reader. Mute City Cereal Gaps. Yeah, I'm not as well versed with Kirby history as some of my friends are. I am a mod in a server that was originally set up for a meme page, and everyone there is obsessed with Kirby. Fuck off. Up!
Of course. Retire.
God damn it. Kirby Slide was a game released for Kirby right back at ya by 4Kids. It's literally just a slide puzzle. What? Why would you... What? Why? Why would you release a card? It's just a fucking slide puzzle. Who the fuck would... Oh. Why would anyone pay for...
Of course. Retire.
This track is going to be the death of me. If you haven't noticed, I kept all my lives up until this point. No one even knows who made it. That's bizarre. Oh, I'm alive. Not for much longer. I need to stop going for that. Ah! I haven't even been using the shoulder buttons at all. What's wrong with me? Oh. There should not have... What was happening? What happened? I am not playing bad on purpose, pal. I don't know what just happened. I've never seen that happen before. I was sideways. Like I said, this track is going to be the death of me. Foxbox, not 4Kids. I need to see this. It actually has this very tiny screenshot. Oh, what the actual fuck? That is the lamest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. Bow. I didn't know you liked Wipeout. It's a fucking game over. Alright, I'm gonna go standard, so that way I can actually finish these damn tracks. I actually prefer Wipeout over F-Zero. I'm in a minority that prefers Wipeout. If you like the PS3 games, Wipeout Omega Collection on PS4 actually includes the PS3 game. Alright. You too, Simpi. You have a good supper. You too, I say to the statement, to have a good rest of stream. Social awkwardness strikes again. So what I'll probably do is on standard, So I'm not very good at F-Zero GX, and I'm not good at Double Dash either, and I'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to do all the cups that I have unlocked on standard, and I'm going to redo the Sapphire Cup. And then I'll do all the cups I have unlocked in Double Dash on 100cc, and then I might end stream there, because that's all the Gamecube games I've got down. And I am getting hungry again. And I am thinking about those damn tacos. Go fast. Hell yeah. Man, this game is so easy when you're not playing on the hardest difficulty. Actually, I don't even think that's the hardest difficulty. I think there's one other difficulty. Yeah, it's so funny how that works out. I mean, the only reason why I'm doing this is because if I actually stuck with Expert, I'd be essentially doing the same cup over and over again, because I am not very good at either of the racing games I picked out tonight. But as I said in the Mario Kart stream, Double Dash is actually my least played Mario Kart. Technically. Listen, I'm not a master at every video game I play. I'm just good at a lot of video games. It doesn't mean I'm good at everything. F-Zero is not my strong suit. I'm getting better at it, though. There is a rumor that we're getting something F-Zero related on Switch soon. Or at some point. I'm thinking it's just a remaster of GX. Because there is a Switch insider, or Nintendo insider by the name of Silex Hunter, who said that there is something F-Zero related happening, but not to get your hopes up. So it's most likely not a new game, if it's real. And Silex Hunter does know what he's talking about, because he got a lot of details right about Bayonetta 3 and some other recently announced games. And his name is actually a joke, because he's called Silex Hunter because there is an infamous fake insider by the name of Samus Hunter who makes shit up all the time just to rile fans' hopes up. And Silex Hunter randomly showed up specifically to mock Samus Hunter by having the actual insider info. So far, everything that Silex Hunter has posted about, he's been right on. Whereas Samus Hunter has only been right about very vague things. Things that it's very easy to get right. Oh, Bao, you shouldn't just tell me that. You're lucky that I don't have many viewers. Like, you should keep your identity a secret. It's more fun that way. Because now I am obligated to leak that information, so I will leak the info about the leaker. I have to. It's my duty as a clout chaser. I didn't mean to press Y there. Ow. Okay. Hopefully it's not bad. My name is John Video Games, Gamer-in-Chief of Gamerville, Gamington, DC. I'm glad to meet you, John Video Games. You hear about video games? You know, when I finally am able to get emotes, I should just have an emote of that reaction after the question, did you hear about video games? Invented the internet. Didn't Al Gore say that at one point? And it kind of like ruined his reputation for a bit because it was a stupid fucking thing for him to say. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my god, why is this so far zoomed in? Fuck all of you. Yeah, I can attack when I tried to... Oh my god! I think I just killed 3 people! That was so violent! I just murdered 3 innocent people. Don't you capital D colon me. Streamer. I'm more of a psychosocial person myself. I might actually die. Oh, that was... I am actually going to die. Health. Out of here, thank you. The rain will kill us all. I thought the clowns were going to destroy us all. Destroy us all. Destroy us all. Aeropolis Multiplex. this track. I just realized which one this is. We've got enough Tangios. Oh. I don't know what that's a reference to, if you're referencing something. I remembered something. Just cringing up now. I don't want to be remembering that while I'm streaming. My whole body just went tense because of an embarrassing memory. I'm not gonna say it, but fuck my brain, man. I'm trying to stream. I don't need this right now. Tangelo? Now, what are you talking about? I genuinely don't know what the... What actually is a Tangelo? Oh! Oh, Bao, I am... Yeah, my brain is, like, fried at the moment because it's fucking weird, so I apologize. I'm not really here. I am merely a, fucking... monkey on a machine pressing buttons. Wait, Tangelos, isn't that a fruit? I'm very tired and very confused. And very hungry. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh hey, I actually won. What a surprise. Alright, just so I have enough time to go through everything, I'm not going to do Sapphire Cup again. Because technically we saw all of the final track.
From the special F-Zero GP venue, we're broadcasting an interview with the Grand Prix champion. Okay then, I'd like to ask you something. Your rivals are howling for revenge.
I'll teach them how to drive if they like.
Thank you for the interview. That's it, everyone. We'll see you at the next Grand Prix.
I like a woman who could actually just kill me.
F-Zero TV.
I like how the host of the F-Zero TV guy, or show, is called Mr. Zero. I'm gonna check something real quick. Yep. So there is a fifth cup. F-Zero GX is actually running on the Super Monkey Ball engine, and as part of that, they made an arcade game for F-Zero GX called F-Zero AX. And you can unlock the tracks and characters from AX in GX by clearing story mode on the hardest difficulty, which I haven't done yet. Or, if you can actually track down an F-Zero AX arcade machine, you can pop a Gamecube memory card in there and copy the data to just unlock all that stuff automatically. There actually is an arcade near Chicago that has an AX machine, and my plan was to bring a Gamecube memory card with me to snag the data. So that way I could unlock F-Zero or the AX stuff without having to do the harder difficulty. Also, this is one of the tube tracks. I'm not a fan of this track. It's very disorienting. I believe I'm upside down. Also, mentioned I'm probably gonna have tacos later. Oh, fucking god damn it. I'm trying to get Bandit to say taco. I think I actually mentioned this Mario Kart stream yesterday. There was a movie I watched when I was a kid called Polly, which was about a parrot that could talk. It wasn't a good movie. I don't remember much about it. But, there's one bit in the film where Polly is trying to find other birds that can talk like him. And he comes across this guy who has a bunch of female parrots, but all the parrots can say is taco. So when Polly asks the guy if the parrots can talk, he says, I say taco, they say taco. And the parrots go, taco, taco, taco. I don't know if the movie was from the 90s or the early 2000s. It's not really worth watching. I would like to not be in 7th, please. When I said I would like to not be in 7th, being in 10th or 11th was not really what I had in mind, game. Ow. No, 4th is fine. Sus. What's sus? Your face is sus. Fourth? Well, I mean, this was the first race. I love birds. Birds are dumb, and birds are assholes, but I love birds. Alright, green plant intersection. Owie. Not pinball, please. No pinball. Oh, I'm good. There's the split. Itch on my wrist. Alright. Fuck all of you. Ow. I know I am. It's no longer coming together. Up. We're good. I didn't say what track this is. I was looking at my OBS screen. Casino Palace Double Branches. Oh dear. A lot of itches. But only 2 bitches. Haha, got him. Probably shouldn't say that to girlfriends. A lot of boost pads. God, I hate the casino tracks. They're so long. Alright, never mind on that. Oh. Sorry for being quiet, guys. I am focusing. Lord. I want off this ride. There we go. Oh, finally. Am I gonna have enough time for Double Dash? Actually, don't know if I'll have enough time. I still got one cup left. Yeah, I might not actually have enough time for Double Dash. That's fine. If I was going to cut any of them from the stream, it would have been Double Dash. I hate to say it, I don't like Double Dash. It is probably my least favorite Mario Kart. Mamma mia, Papa Pia, baby got the die. That's fine. Some of the songs remind me of the soundtrack to Robotron 64, which is something I would love to stream for a retro night at some point. Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that burp came from. We're good. Not good. Oh shit.
Of course. Retire.
This is the first death. Oh! Yeah, we do have lives. That star in the bottom left corner, that's my life counter. There are limited lives in this. On normal, you get 5. On standard, you get 4. On expert, you get 3. And if there is a master difficulty, you probably only get 2. So yeah, there absolutely is a life counter, and that's why this is so brutal. That's how we got the game over on the Sapphire Cup. In expert. Because I lost all my lives on the final track. One of the final tracks. Good. 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 That's scary. I don't want to die because I don't want to have to do this track again. I would like to actually finish stuff. I might actually die. Get off my ass. Oh, thank God. Oh, tires! I thought you said lives. I was trying not to pause. Ha ha ha, Bal. You're so funny. You're an actual professional comedian. Big blue ordeal. Yeah, well, you get what you fucking deserve. Oh my God, I'm not doing that again. Fuck. This is one thing F-Zero has, fucking 90-degree turns. Said I'm never going to do it again, then I just immediately do it again. Oh, my chest. Why does my chest hurt? Why do I have chest pain? Ow. Owie. I probably should have healed. This could be an issue. Oh, good God. Up! I think I'm fine. I just had random chest pain. That was interesting. Ow, 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 ow. Oh God, I didn't mean to go up there. Wow, I am really hungry. done with this, I'm probably gonna have 2 or 3, maybe even 3 tacos actually. Why do I keep... Alright, I'm going to probably end stream after this cup. I believe this is the last race of the cup. Why do I keep going up there? I really need to eat. So. Oh, fuck it, I'll just keep doing it, I guess. Once again, sorry for running quiet. I have a habit to just talk while I'm playing most games. F-Zero is one of the games where I actually tend to be pretty quiet when I play it because I'm too busy focusing. Actually surprised Dennis didn't tune in for this. He doesn't have to watch me, obviously. I'm just surprised he didn't tune in. I guess he's busy with other stuff again. That's fine. I don't demand anyone watch me. If people aren't able to make it or if they're just not interested, I won't hold it against them. Bitches. Sons of bitches. What actually is Dennis playing? Discord's a little slow at the moment. So I can't really just look. Oh, thank God I did come in first. Is there another track? Oh, thank God. While I, wait for this to play out, I'm going to find us a raid target. GTA Online. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw him playing earlier.
F-Zero TV.
Alright, I know who we're rigging.
From the special F-Zero GP venue, we're broadcasting an interview with the Grand Prix champion. Okay then, I'd like to ask you something. A message for all your TV fans out there?
An elegant race, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for the interview. That's it, everyone. We'll see you at the next Grand Prix.
F-Zero is really weird when you think about it. Just with how all the characters talk. Because half the time when they answer a question, they're not really directly answering what they were asked. It's weird. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. I gotta eat. I'll be back tomorrow with the second half of Klonoa 2. And then I'll be back Wednesday for Electhead and Friday for Cult of the Lamb. So, thank you.